Hi, my name is Dr. Douglas Hiscox. I'm a retired superintendent and co-founder of the Carefree Education Service Group, which is a group that spends a lot of time researching resources for districts, teachers, and students. And I'd like to introduce you to somebody today which I feel is a very important resource that school districts should take advantage of. She's Dr. Kathleen Cirillo. She's been in schools for over 30 years. She brings a tremendous positive experience to the school districts through her workshops that she's going to describe to you today. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Kathleen Cirillo.
Hi, Doug.
Hi.
I've actually, it is, I've been looking back on all these years. I think half of my career being in schools, I've worked with you in one capacity or the other. You know, when you were a superintendent, we were assistant superintendent, when now as the owner of the Carefree Education Service Group, you know, the thing I admire about you most is that your desire to make a difference and that you keep pressing on no matter what the obstacles and I just so love working with you. So thank you for having me today.
I'd like to spend a little time just talking about the experiences that we've had, both in Ohio and Connecticut. I was a superintendent and an assistant superintendent in two different districts, and we were searching for solutions, figure out how to connect students to the learning journey in the school district and to help teachers understand their most passionate roles that they have with students and the relationships that they have. So we did a lot of research. We checked a lot of companies out. We looked for different types of solutions, different kind of workshops and trainings and so forth. And we landed on the workshops that you provide and the team that you have with you behind you. And we found that they were engaging, they were passionate about what they did, and the outcomes were tremendous in every one of the areas that we researched. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you have.
One of the trainings that I did for you in Connecticut was called Above the Line Performance. And it was a powerful 2-day interactive, highly engaged training. But really our whole goal was to teach teachers how to build connections with their students, build connections with each other, how to help with discipline management, and really build that high-functioning, high-performing team in the school system so you had that amazing culture and climate. I always say where there's unity, there's strength. And so we really unified each school that we presented it. So we had some really powerful outcomes. And my desire always is to research what I do. I want to make sure what I'm doing is really giving the outcomes that we desire. And so we designed in Connecticut a research project where we had an experimental group and a control group. So a bunch of teachers were in the experimental group, randomly assigned, and a control group. And we found after the training, the experimental group, there were significant differences in things like teacher-student connectiveness, discipline management, work attitude and staff morale, and the social, emotional, and physical health of the teachers, because there was a huge wellness component in this training as well. And also, after 6 months, we ended up surveying the teachers again. 98% said they had increased relationships with their students and they felt more passionate about their students. 96% said they had an increased relationship with each other and had more passion for their work. 100% of those teachers said that their discipline problems in their classroom decreased. So they got to spend more time teaching and less time disciplining, which was a powerful thing. And interestingly enough, because there was such a great wellness piece to it, 98% of the teachers said they took less time off from work. So we had amazing, amazing outcomes from the research we did in Connecticut. So we were thrilled.
So the research was very important to me when we were looking for the solutions to help us out. But more importantly, the testimonies from the folks that were involved in it and the outcomes and the feelings that they had when it was over. And I'd just like to take a minute to read one of them that you sent to me, and you probably don't even realize that, you know, you sent me so many. But this one really stood out for me. It was a principal who later became superintendent of that district, and this is what he had to say. Above the line performance training made a difference as a professional, as a principal, as a husband, and as a father. It is a phenomenal approach for anyone who attends. My staff is knocking down my door to be part of this training because of what they heard from others. That is really refreshing. As far as what's going on in the school as a result of the training, there's been a definite shift in our school's morale, the way teachers are addressing students, the way teachers are addressing each other, and the way teachers are willing to buy into the fact that we are a team and working together for the same outcome. That's an amazing reflection from the principal.
Yeah. We had a lot of testimony of its power in their lives, and it wasn't even just the classroom. It wasn't just the school. They also had a lot of testimony about their home lives as well. So it was a great thing to make such a difference there. And of course, we want to continue to make a difference. This year and last year, I developed this training called the Game Changer Training. And I ended up creating some of the lessons that I did with the adults, but I also brought it down to the student level. And my whole thing is this: I know that kids want to be connected. They want to be connected with each other. There are so many kids that are lonely out there. They want that appropriate adult role model in their life. So they're dying to be seen by their teachers, and they're looking for that role model. And they also have a desire to do well and be significant. So I ended up creating a training, and I put together many, many lessons that were in sequence that tapped into the social and emotional skill sets of kids, as well as leadership skills. And we had amazing results from that. And we did that in one of your schools in Ohio. So I'm super excited to tell you about that. The Game Changer Training, we did it from 5th graders all the way through 12th graders, and just had great outcomes.
Yeah, we've followed the program now for 2 years. The school district that you're referring to is now in its second year after training the teachers and the students, and now actually doing the Game Changer challenges. So what's exciting about that is some of the results that we're starting to see. The students are very engaged even after 2 years. They're still working on their skill sets, still reporting to teachers, still celebrating positive things that are happening. And the teachers are very actively involved in what's going on. So even with what's happened in the schools with COVID and remote learning and all the interruptions that are not the usual things for school districts, this particular school district has continued to benefit from that training.
Yeah. And one of the things that I loved about it was that it just wasn't a show and go. We ended up doing it that second year in that district, and they ended up getting what we call Game Changer challenges. And those challenges were not only for the students were challenged each week to do a specific behavior that related to the training inside their school or at home. But the Game Changer challenges were also, these videos were developed for parents as well. So we got the parents involved. And I also think it was very, very powerful when we did do the Game Changer training in the schools. The teachers were also present, and they got to do the activities with the kids, and they got to serve as the mentors for the group challenges and so on. And so it's incredible. And I know there's a link below where you can see a testimony of what the teachers say and what the kids say about the Game Changer training. So if you want to do further investigation into it, certainly continue with that link below. So anyway, so it's been fun.
So Dr. Cirillo, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to give me this opportunity to introduce you to my colleagues across the state of Ohio, and just to talk a little bit more about the kind of workshops and trainings that you can actually add value to what they're doing in their school districts. So coming up soon, December 29th, which is a Tuesday, we're going to have 2 free 30-minute sessions with Dr. Cirillo to find out more about these trainings and how you might be able to bring them to your district in the near future. So the training, the workshop, the webinars are free. All you have to do is sign up below the registration button, and they will be on the 29th of December at 8 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and they will be 30 minutes long, and Dr. Cirillo will be there to answer any of your questions and to tell you more about the details of how to bring these programs to your district. Thank you again, Dr. Cirillo. It was a pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you, Doug. Just always enjoy seeing you too. You have a great day.
Take care. All right.